So here it is finally. Tomorrow I'll be flying this thing, and I've just completed it now after I don't know how many hours. I haven't slept nicely or ate nicely, so but it's completed. And maybe after I fly this thing, if it flies successfully, then I'll put some covers and stuff. And for the technical informations, the wingspan, okay, I'll just turn off this motor. The wingspan is 94 centimeters, which is around 37 inch, and I'm using a V-tail, and this thing it's a thermocol and it's not really stiff, so just for the reinforcement I put some stick over here. And 3D printer this time was really helpful, like as compared to the earlier version. I use like woods and all, but this time I 3D printed most of the connections. That's the V-tail connection, which is 180 degree, and also we have the rear tail, the rear wheel, which is also 3D printed from PLA plastic. Since I did not have, I only have 2 of these wheels left, which I've used on the front. And for the motor, I'm using a 1400 kV motor. It's I think it's 3S battery, and 3S 2200 mAh with 30 amps ESC. And also for the wing mount, I've used the 3D printed support, and also for the landing gear connection. And what else? Yeah, I think the angle of attack of this wing is I think it's 5 degree or something. I am not sure, but it should be 5 degree because I've just printed it, printed this thing straight, and it's directly parallel to the spar that is going from the nose till the tail. This spar, it's a, I think it's steel tube or something. And why it's 5 degree is because I've calculated it using that triangulation formula, so it came out to be 5 degree, 5 point something, 5.12 something like that, which is great. Beside that, for the first time I'm using this tapered wing, and I'm also using the V-tail for the first time. So what else do I have to tell? Yeah, and for the end of the wing, I'm using a plastic winglet. I don't think it's really necessary because it's a subsonic aircraft, which really doesn't create that much of vortex. But then for the sake of aerodynamics and everything, I'm putting the winglets. And I'm using a 6 channel, but probably I'm using 4 channels of this RC transmitter. And I think I'll just give a quick tour to what I did before this aircraft, so that you'll get to learn what are all the mistakes that I've made. So the first one was, yeah, it's lying there, the dead body. It's kind of actually never flew because maybe in some other video I'll explain in detail exactly why it didn't flew. That's the first model. And next we have this version 2 of that first model, in which I have used that aerofoil, which was cut from hot wire. This thing, it flew, but I don't know, there was some mistakes with the calculation of the CG, and also the angle of attack of the rear wheel, rear tail. Sorry, I keep saying wheel. And this thing actually it flew, but just after it flew, it crashed. Probably because of I think it was tail heavy. I'm sure it was tail heavy. And then we have the version 3 here. It's actually very big as compared to the other 3, including it's even bigger than the 4th one. So this thing, it's really majestic and it flew very well. At first it crashed once in the mid-flight. What happened was, the spar that you see here, it's a wooden spar. It broke in the middle of the flight and it crashed. Luckily only the propeller was broken and it survived most of the damages. So I rebuilt the spar, as you can see here. Lots of connections, yeah. And then I blew it again, but again it crashed because the tail, it twisted. Also all the videos and the details of all the crashes and everything in some other video. And for the third time I fixed the tail and the spar of the tail, and it really flew well until it caught fire in the middle of flight, which you can see. And I think the fault is due to this ESC. I'm sure it was unable to supply that much current. This is a 1000 kV motor. And also another reason might be that this thing is actually very big, and 1000 kV motor, I don't think the motor was strong enough to put this thing in the air. It was around 1.5 kg in total, all of weight, and I was using 4500 mAh 3S battery. So what's left? Yeah, these are the predecessors of the latest version, V4. Yeah, I haven't even named it yet. Maybe I don't know what I'll name it. I'll let it fly first, then we'll see how it behaves in the air, and based on that I'm thinking of naming this thing. So that's how it went from this flight. Actually, even the wings are made by hand and directly by sanding it down with sandpaper. So, one more thing I forgot to tell. In the first flight, let me just start with that. I've just kept the propeller light, but actually the propeller even broke. That's the last propeller. I think it's 6-inch propeller. Next thing, actually lots of propeller broke during the flight. So as you can see, there is another broken propeller, and for this one also broken propeller, and I think even the motor is damaged. So for this latest version, actually I'm using a super sexy foldable propeller. This I took it from my DJI Mavic Pro. It came with 4 extra propellers, so I brought 2 of them, and one is, I think it's broken in the transportation, and this one it survived. And I had to modify it somehow to actually, like, the holes and everything, it doesn't match. So what I did is I bought that prop guard. Prop guard is not quite useful in 1045 propellers, so I put the prop guard and then I drill the hole to match with the diameter of the shaft, and somehow I just fixed it, and it's really stable. And second thing, like, if it bumps or strikes something, then it just folds and doesn't break. So many upgrades, and I don't want to talk about the technical details that I have learned so far making all this tree, which I'll be covering maybe in the next video or in some other video in detail. But for now, this is the upgraded version of all of the three plans. I'm just keeping this so that it doesn't fly away. And for the control surfaces, actually VTEL is quite a bit complicated as compared to those simple one, conventional one. but this transmitter, it comes with B-tail mixer, so I don't have to do anything mechanically. So this is for the throttle, channel 3, yeah, the channel 3, that's for the throttle. Very stable. And yeah, this channel 2, I think this channel 2, it's for, no, this is channel 1, it's for the ailerons. Aileron, they deflect in opposite direction, it causes the roll motion. And we have this pitch control, which is on the back. So as you can see in B-tail, what happens is, if I put elevator, both of the fins actually turns up. So that's how it pitch the aircraft up and down. And for the yaw, actually we have this channel 4, I think, yeah, channel 4. So what happens is, in channel 4, both of the like these control surfaces, they deflect in opposite direction, so it produces yaw. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget, maybe I'll be flying tomorrow. I'm thinking of doing a live video tomorrow, but I don't know, I need the videos for the data record, just in case it crashes. I have to check it in the computer why it crashed exactly. I'll see if I can do some live, but then even if I don't do live, I'll surely publish the flight video in my YouTube channel or Facebook channel. And do follow me on Instagram as well. I keep my work progress, I mean, I keep the updates there also, give me updates there also. Yeah, it's Tader Anang on Instagram.